We're kicking off Parks Associates conference here at CES 2022, and Jennifer Kent, we ran into you and you moderated this panel, and a couple of comments about it. One, you provided some really interesting statistics as far as how people are now using the internet, and why don't we talk to that for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Ken. So we're here with a Connection Summit at CES where we're spending all day really looking at the state of the connected home. And Parks Associates does a lot of research, consumer research, understanding consumers' attitudes about smart tech in the home and what they're struggling with and what they really need out of their products and services. And what's come through loud and clear over the past year and a half is that there's so much focus on connectivity in the home, to the home, and the home network having to be rock solid, having to be reliable, secure, right? So it's something that I think we've all taken for granted in the past. When you're actually working from home and schooling from home and maybe doing telehealth and getting healthcare at home, you really need things to work and to work well and to be easy to solve problems if you have them. And so it was really important to start off our day talking about really the foundation of the smart home, which is the connectivity layer.
One of the things that really surprised me was the number one thing people are willing to pay for, I think you said, was cybersecurity features. Is that what I heard?
Yeah, so we did look at consumers who are interested in buying new networking equipment for their home, right? And we tested a variety of advanced, features that are being offered in routers these days, and advanced cybersecurity being baked in. You see this, I believe, Netgear's Nighthawk, right, has like an extra layer of security and even security services that you can subscribe to that really give people the confidence and the peace of mind that there aren't bad actors on the variety. I mean, everybody's got a lot of connected devices in their home these days, right? And so if you can provide protection at the gateway, I think that makes sense to consumers and is a really important, technology piece that needs to happen.
Well, and one of the themes of the panel, getting to the panel, was this whole idea of how do you add value, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when we think about the internet service providers and what they provide into the home, they have this incredible asset that they, even though some consumers do buy their own routers at retail, the majority of consumers do use a leased gateway from their internet service provider, right? And so the service providers have a phenomenal opportunity to really offer some compelling connected home services because they are the first step in the home, and they're the foundation of everything else that's built on top of it. So we talked a lot about what that opportunity is for service providers, extra value-added services that you can layer on, from device controls to parental controls, understanding the content and activities and applications that are happening throughout the connected home, and really, providing something of value to consumers there.
Yeah, it seems like one of the themes was this whole idea of you kind of know that there's going to be a lot of new devices, but you just don't know what they're going to be and how they're going to connect, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really a technical challenge too. How do we get the right networking equipment into consumers' homes that are really going to future-proof their homes so that you don't have to keep turning over hardware again and again? And so we heard from Plume and we heard from Airties and Calix about how important it is that today's networking equipment be upgradable from a software point of view so that they can really come with whatever's added to that network and whatever new technological innovations come, they can adjust from a software perspective and not have to roll out all new networking equipment.
Yeah, and that's huge just from a truck rollout perspective and things like that, right? Time to market.
Yeah, certainly. So there's a cost concern there for sure, and just a user experience concern, right? You don't want to have brought out some new equipment, this year to your subscriber base, and then the network, isn't working again, or isn't meeting consumers' needs in just a year and a half, right? So really being nimble, relying on software to upgrade the network to be what it needs to be for residents.
And I suppose the other aspect of that is to be able to upgrade the services as well as move to the future.
Yeah, certainly. I think we're actually seeing a lot of experimentation right now. There are some leaders from the service provider side like Cox and Comcast that have some pretty interesting smart Wi-Fi solutions. They're leaning into trying to be a a next level connected home services provider in the home, right? But the internet service providers are really kind of experimenting with this role for themselves and what they can add. So I think we'll see a lot more from them in the future.
Well, and it's nice to see you in person in the future, and hopefully next year it'll be without masks. So Jennifer, thank you.
Thanks, Ken.